From Ibn Omar radiallahu anhu that Prophet Muhammad said, "Imagine this. 3 men were traveling together when dark clouds suddenly filled the sky. A powerful storm broke out and rain poured down relentlessly. Desperate for shelter, they found a cave in a mountain and rushed inside. But then disaster struck. A massive boulder came crashing down from above and completely sealed the entrance of the cave. The men were trapped. Fear filled their hearts. There was no way out. One of them said, 'The only thing that can save us now is to call upon Allah through the most sincere deeds we have done purely for His sake.' The first man raised his hands and said, 'O Allah, I had elderly parents whom I loved and honored deeply. Every day I would milk my sheep and serve my parents before anyone else, even before my wife and children. One night I returned home very late. My parents had already fallen asleep. I stood beside them holding the milk, unwilling to wake them, and unwilling to give it to anyone before them. Meanwhile, my children cried from hunger at my feet, but I waited patiently until dawn. O Allah, if I did that only for your pleasure, then relieve us from this hardship.' Suddenly, the huge boulder moved. A small opening appeared and they could see a glimpse of the sky. But it was not enough to escape. Then the second man made his dua. 'O Allah, I loved a woman, my cousin, with a love stronger than anything I had ever felt. I desperately wanted her, but she refused me. After years of effort, I finally gathered 100 dinars and offered it to her. When I was about to commit a sin, she said, 'Fear Allah and do not approach me except in a lawful way.' Those words shook my heart. Immediately I stood up, walked away, and left the money behind. O Allah, if I abandoned that temptation only for your sake, then relieve us from this cave." At that moment, the boulder shifted again. Now most of the entrance was open. Hope filled their hearts, but they still could not get out. Then the third man called upon Allah. "O Allah, I once hired a worker and owed him a small payment. When I offered him his wages, he left without taking them. I invested that payment. Over time, it grew and grew until it became a herd of cattle with a shepherd. Years later, the worker returned and asked for his wages. I pointed to the entire herd and said, 'All of it belongs to you.' He thought I was joking, but I was serious. I gave him everything without keeping a single thing for myself. O Allah, if I did that sincerely for your pleasure, then save us." And then the mountain shook. The boulder rolled away completely. The entrance was fully open. The 3 men walked out safely, saved by Allah through the power of their sincere deeds. This story teaches us that no deed is ever small when it is done sincerely for Allah. In moments when every door seems closed, sincerity can open doors that no human being can open. The lesson from the story is 1. Sincere devotion to parents. Honoring and prioritizing your parents' needs brings immense blessings and divine intervention in times of distress. 2. Fear of God and integrity. Consistently choosing moral restraint over temptation and maintaining absolute honesty in financial dealings are highly rewarded by God. 3. The power of sincere supplication. Making good deeds a means, wasila, of prayer, solely to seek God's pleasure, can miraculously open doors when all hope seems lost.
For everyday Islamic content, please follow and subscribe Faizan Halal Hero. Faizan Halal Hero. Assalamu alaikum.